Hello Pisces, welcome to your love and general tarot card readings for December 2016. I've been extending a huge apology to everybody in each sign for the delay in my readings. I'm so sorry about that. I was in Bali for 30 days and just kind of have been recovering and recuperating. So here we go. Okay, let's go ahead and move forward with your love energies. Whoops, I make a mess here. For December 2016. All right, Pisces. Two of Pentacles. Okay, some interesting energies here. Two of Pentacles in the center. Actually, when I pulled it out, I usually have, some very normal definitions of these cards, right? Things that I kind of always fall back in. But every once in a while, I feel like something new kind of pops into my head when I see a card in relation to some others, right? And when I pulled this out and started pulling out the cards around it, the words like heavy kind of came into my mind, or the word heavy came into my mind, and feeling weighted by a decision that must be made. Feeling, and it's not usually the card, normally like the 10 of Wands or something is something that I would associate with that imagery, but I feel like there's like stagnation here, and it's all depending on a choice or all depending on a decision. And I feel as though you are kind of ignoring or turning your back on something or avoiding some sort of an issue. And you're kind of keeping the facade alive. You're keeping the mask on. But I think eventually things are going to kind of catch up. Things are going to catch up and they're going to kind of kick in, and you're going to have to be forced to face the music a little bit. Now, the decision or the thing that's, holding up your progress or the development of your relationship has a lot to do with this person. I feel that you are here, this Knight of Cups, and that's kind of, your back is turned. It's kind of why I'm saying, you're avoiding an issue. There's a part of me that wants to say you're trying to keep everybody happy. Yourself happy, your partner happy, your family happy. But in so doing, you are creating a barrier, right? By this lack of truthfulness. And one other thing that kind of spoke to me when I pulled out all these cards is most of these cards have a lot of blue, and blue is that color of truth, that color of intuition, which is why I kind of feel like the High Priestess is shown wearing blue. It's the truth, honesty with self. Sometimes that honesty with yourself can be hard to find. I think you know what needs to be done, but there is like you are being blindfolded to the truth. And these swords indicate truth. They indicate reality. They indicate, the thoughts and our fears. And I see avoidance of those things. And avoidance just disconnects you. It just disengages you. And in so doing, you are in effect alienating your partner or alienating a situation or an issue, that needs to be resolved. Partner is feeling very affected by this, in the reversal position. They might have even turned a cold shoulder toward you because they sensed you. You're kind of going in the opposite direction. Like, it's almost like abdication. You're just kind of throwing up your hands and saying, you know what, I don't want to deal with this. But eventually it catches up to you. You have to work through it. You have to communicate about it. You have to talk about it. And if you want this relationship to work, if you want progress, if you want, if you're totally single and you want a relationship with someone, there might be an issue in your life that you are not fixing, that's preventing a relationship from happening. Your partner, okay, your significant other, the people that you're dating, they can sense that avoidance. They sense that distance. All right, it's very perceivable. And people aren't stupid, especially your King of Swords partner, right? Your King of Swords partner is not an idiot. They're smart, they're intuitive. Swords, again, the keeper and the holders of truth, the ruler of truth, the king, and honesty. And swords represent what's real and what is, and there's no, you can't avoid it. You know it. You're not admitting that you know it. You're not allowing yourself to acknowledge it, but you know it. And whatever this little act is, or this little facade is, it's going to start maybe bringing in additional issues, all right? And sometimes we feel like, this is like the anti-progress, right? Where you're kind of in that defensive mode, and all of a sudden you're feeling attacked, and you have to like step back, and you have to fend off all of these external factors that come into your life, or come into your situation, come into your relationship. And then it becomes more about these things, right? And using these things as excuses, using these things as rationalizations and justifications for why things aren't being said or aren't being done. And I think what the main message here, okay, and I feel that there's an element of pride because we have the 9 of Cups. And you can be proud and you can have self-confidence, but it's important for you not to let that pride and self-confidence get in your own way. Because if you crave progress in your relationship, you crave development and changes and new chapters, if you're craving that, this whatever it is, a discussion of something, if there's an issue where your partner might be, feeling down or feeling, you need to be there for them. I feel that there's something going on with your partner, that there's something, I don't know what that is. There's something affecting or afflicting them in a negative way. Something that is, it may not have anything to do with the relationship. It could be work related, it could be family related. Maybe they're feeling down because the holidays or whatever. And you're just kind of like, I feel like there's a little bit of an attitude where you're like, well, that's your problem. You need to deal with it. And you just kind of walk away. But in turn, that makes them feel worse. And it makes them start to question things. And you don't want your partner questioning things. You don't want your partner questioning your role in their life just as much as you don't want to question their role in your life. You want to be solid. You want to have this great foundation, right? You want to know that you have support and know that you love the person that you love loves you. And I don't want these things to really get in the way, Okay, now, because inevitably it's going to come back around, right? This is the Wheel of Fortune. It's my favorite card. It's that card of universal intervention. It's what I always say. The universe is always working. It's always, arranging things and people and making sure the timing is right, Inevitably, you will have to face the music. Inevitably, you will have to talk about it. You'll have to work through it. This is a matter of time, right? The time is always ticking, and you're not going to be allowed to avoid it forever. Now, there might be a big decision. Maybe some of you might be deciding to actually leave someone. Maybe some of you might actually be deciding to leave your singleness behind and to jump into a relationship. Now, but are you ready to not be single? Are you ready to be in a relationship? Are you ready to have someone depend on you? Are you really, truly, and fully capable of giving your all into this relationship? Again, your intuition is speaking to you. It's up to you to listen. I feel like you are kind of trapping yourself into a little box or into a little corner, just because there's that avoidance, right? And that cold shoulder a little bit. Let me pull out a final card and kind of see what that kind of says. So let's see. Four of Swords. I mean, there's the quietness of the fours. Fours are, four is associated with the Emperor, right? Who's in the major arcana, number 4. And he's, stable, but he's also a very, in my opinion, a quiet energy. He's a force, don't get me wrong, but he's very strategic, right? He's very careful and methodical. He doesn't just rashly make decisions and rashly say things and, he doesn't make mistakes. In order to not make mistakes, you must think things through and you must be careful about things. The Four of Swords is about thinking and remaining objective. And I think one thing that might be getting in your way a little bit, Knight of Cups, I kind of see the Knights as being a little bit emotionally, too emotional, right? Maybe a little bit more volatile than a king or a queen. Kings maybe being a little bit more on the suppressed side, queens being more equally balanced. Knights being more volatile, and being the Knight of Cups specifically, truly wearing your heart on your sleeve, truly leading by what you feel. I think this is a reminder for you to get in touch with the logical side of yourself. And I often see the High Priestess as being more logical, usually. It's still the gut feeling, but it's not emotional, right? And it's not, she doesn't have anything to do with fear. She doesn't have anything to do with, happiness. It's the root of the fear and the root of the happiness, or whatever emotion that you have or you feel. It's the root of that. Where is that really, truly coming from? Why are you feeling fearful? Why are you turning the cold shoulder? It's the true reason. You know what I mean? And I think there's a need or a necessity for you to attack that. And that might be an internal issue. Eventually it's going to come out. You're going to have to. The Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune, see, what's interesting about this reading here is it's not a huge conflict, okay? I don't think this is a huge deal. It's not so dramatic. It's not super negative. It's just something that couples go through, or you go through when you're single, or just issues that you have, right? We all go through periods where we don't want to deal with something. But remember that the more you choose not to deal with something, I think the more frustrated you may become. With the Seven of Wands, the more frustrated that energy becomes and the more it builds up. So just think, remain calm, remain quiet. The fours are very quiet energies, right? Just I think everything will be fine. I'm not seeing like divorce. I'm not seeing any breakups or anything so huge, right? It's not like that at all. It's just something you got to work through, and you got to reach out. You're walking in the wrong direction here. You love someone, you care about them, you walk towards them. You need to be there for them. You need to be their emotional support. They will reciprocate in return as well. If you're not feeling emotionally supported by your partner at this time, or emotionally secure by your partner, maybe that's a reflection on your behavior and their response to your behavior as well. If you're turning a cold shoulder, they're going to turn a cold shoulder too. So what I'm doing now, I'm going to do the general. I'm doing it a little different. It's kind of like the triple cross that people do with the Celtic cross spread, but I'm just going to lay another layer of 9 with a totally separate deck. It's already been prepared for the general reading for Pisces. And I just kind of feel that, the generals were always tying in to the love, even if it didn't have to be about love. It could be about career or finance or family or whatever. But I feel like it's important to not alienate the compartments, I guess. Or that doesn't make any sense. To not keep everything compartmentalized. Because life is not compartmentalized. Okay. 5 of Pentacles. Interesting, the Pentacles though, because Pentacles is something tangible, right? It's either a little action that you can take, or a to-do item, or a task that needs to be completed. I'll come back to that in a moment. Page of Cups. 3 of Wands. King of Cups. Pisces. 6 of Cups. Ace of Pentacles, 4 of Cups, again, which we had here, 4 of Cups again, Temperance reverse, and the 4 of Wands reverse. So the 5 of Pentacles, like I really think your month, or the next kind of few days, you might just feel like a little bit left out. And there's so much family stuff going on, especially with the holidays and everything. Here's that connection with the past, right? Here's that connection with childhood and nostalgia and memories. And, I definitely see that about you. But I feel that there might be a little bit of a disconnect, or a little bit of a, very standoffishness, right? I think people are there for you. People love you. People care for you. You will receive messages of love. You will receive, you will receive things, okay, not like gifts for Christmas or anything, but you will receive reinforcement, emotional reinforcement, right? Some sort of validation, I think, that you'll receive, whether it's from your partner. It doesn't have to be. It could be from family members as well. It could be an attaboy from a boss at work. It could be, a whole lot of things. But you're kind of in an interesting position here, 3 of Wands. You're kind of in an interesting place where, yes, you are standing on the edge of the things that are familiar, and you're maybe kind of playing it a little bit safe, right? Like I don't think there's a huge amount of risk in what you're doing or what you aim to do. So in career, with the new year coming, now is a good time. A lot of people make resolutions. Now, it's always a joke, who can keep their New Year's resolutions, right? It's a little it's a joke, but they can also be very, very important. And if you take them seriously, they can really launch you into something really wonderful that you want in your life. But I feel like you're kind of clinging to the familiar. You're clinging to things that you know and that you can control. And by clinging to those things, I feel like you feel left out of the things that you ultimately want. But there's some bridge that's not, some gap that's not being bridged. You're not connecting. And not, again, it's not forever. It's just maybe something that you're maybe emotionally experiencing, or something that just kind of maybe enters your mind. Here you are, King of Cups, crossed legs, crossed arm, over the chest. Another reinforcement of that emotional detachment, emotional elevation. You might be having a lot of emotions within you. You might be thinking about things and dreaming about things and, daydreaming and night dreaming, and your inner desires might be coming and bubbling, but you're not expressing and you're not projecting them outward. They're so deep within. And I feel that there's a little bit of a fear. Maybe there's even a little bit of a fear of failure. But here's an opportunity for you, right? A new job, a new opportunity for income, a new firm. And I always say these things with the Ace of Pentacles in a general spread, right? A new company, a new place, a new home, a new hobby that becomes something that you can monetize, or a new business idea, a new venture, something new that kind of it's usually like kind of falls into your lap. It's kind of, the aces, they just appear, they just come for you, So it's not that you don't have the opportunity, it's whether or not you actually want to go after it. Clinging to the familiar, right? Clinging to the things that you feel safe, okay? And, maybe finding validation in these Page of Cups messages. This could actually be someone telling you how they feel about you. It could be someone with some type of an offering. Okay, it doesn't have to be romantic, but it's something that just makes you feel something. But yet again, another Four of Cups, and we talked about this one already, that, not ready to commit. Not ready to pass over the wall, not ready to leave these wands behind and to move on. We even have the 3 and then the 4, but the 4 reverse. I think there's stability for you on the other side. I think there's a fear of non-stability. And that fear of non-stability is what's preventing you from taking steps, okay? Preventing you from embracing this opportunity. Definitely instability, Temperance reverse, a little bit of emotional upheaval, a little bit, right? Where things don't quite make sense. The pieces of the puzzle don't quite fit. Maybe you're missing a piece, or there's one little piece of information that you need, or, again, there's the rationalization and there's the justifications of things. And it's, I don't like to see the closed off. I don't like to see the direction of the night, right? I don't like to see it being blocked here, the cups. You have beautiful things around you. You have people that support you, people that love you, people that will be with you and weather that storm with you. Yeah, let me pull out the final card. And there it is. I feel like this, I don't want you to think it's so negative. I feel like it sounded really negative. It's not, again. I think I said that with the love spread. But here's the victory in all of it. Here's the victory and the success. Okay, this is a message for you to have faith. All right, and the sixes are associated with the number 6 in the major, which is the Lovers. The Lovers is very much about personal choice and a commitment to those personal beliefs. All right, the belief system that you live your life by which you live your life. And the 6 of Wands is success. You're coming home from battle. You're coming home from, difficult situations. You're coming home from being left out in the cold, and you're arriving. You arrive home, you arrive in your comfort space, you arrive in a place where you can feel safe to then launch. Wands are about action. Wands are about growth. They're about progress, stimulation, motivation. I think you'll find your groove. right? I think eventually, I mean, a king, he's going to find it. He's going to make his way. He's going to make it happen. It's going to be fine. You will have success in this area. Whatever it is you're afraid to do, whatever it is you're feeling like you need to hold yourself back from, whether it is a job opportunity or, getting your resume out there, or, taking a chance in love, or taking a break from work, even for some of you, if you've been working really, really hard, taking time for yourself, which can be a challenge for some of us. Here is the happy, positive outcome. It's the warrior coming home from war and being celebrated for that success. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to leave you with that. That was kind of an intense reading. I hope it spoke to you in some way, or provided at least a little bit of insights for most of you. And that's it. I will leave you with that. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next month. Bye.